en el vídeo de hoy tenemos una entrevista muy importante. Hoy entrevistaremos a HiCookie, un overclocker internacional conocido por todos sus récords mundiales que lleva a lo largo de todos estos años. Hola HiCookie, bienvenido una vez más a España.
Hello amigo, this is HiCookie and it's my pleasure to get back in Spain. And I get very excited for this year because I bring the new Gigabyte OC motherboard to Spain to do a demonstration and show off to everyone. Thank you.
Nombre real.
My real name in Chinese is Ke Jihua, and K is my family name. But actually in real life, HiCookie, the nickname, become my real name in the life because in Taiwan we normally don't call people like in Chinese full name. So even my family, my colleague, my friends all call me HiCookie. So in the real life, not only in the OC community, the HiCookie become my real name.
Ciudad de nacimiento.
I born and grew up in Taiwan.
Edad.
In September, I will be over 36 years old.
Estado civil.
I have a wife and we married in 2010. And I have a public relationship on my Facebook, so you can check out.
¿Horas que le dedicas al día al overclocking?
It's averaged over 8 hours per day.
¿PC o consola?
A PC for sure.
¿Un color?
Orange.
Litros aproximados de nitrógeno.
And a week like 180 liter a week.
El récord que recuerdes con más cariño.
Nihanen Python Core i7 986 because I have this record over 2 years at study boards. And till the P67, the Sunny Bridge come out, they can smash my previous record. My nickname is, I use it from the 2003. It's HiCookie because I have this name. It's from every time like you need to go to the internet start with the internet privacy. It calls cookie. So every time you log in, your username and the password, there is one cookie. So every time you need to log in, you need to say hi. Then HiCookie will become my nickname. I remember it was around 2004 when I first time to buy a single stage. Then I start to do the Sub-Zero overclocking. And that time I got very exciting because there was my first try to do the Sub-Zero. And I kind of crazy into the Sub-Zero world. I tried every CPU. I bought a lot like MODT Docent CPU, Intel Pentium D, and I also have a couple of the Intel Xeon liquid system. So when I start to do the writing the reviews over the forums, and I also get a sponsor from the local shop. Like I still remember he gave me a Intel Pentium D A20, and I helped the shop to do the promotion and post over forums. And in the beginning, the Taiwan didn't official import the Pentium D A20, and I post a very good reviews over the forums. Then people start to think about to buy this processor, and then the shop asked Intel, and Intel finally official import the Pentium D A20, and according to the shop, they sell very well, like 1K per month. So and then I have a very successful to help the local shop. Then I have a website called called xpartist.com. I know in the beginning it's always the most difficult part, but I think for the novel is they get to start. They need to have a very good DIY experience. Then they can start to check out the BIOS options. They can but I don't wanna try to go too far in the beginning. Like BIOS have the 1.9 volts for the vehicle, they just set to 1.9. They will be very dangerous, and I think maybe the novice gonna heard some rumors. Maybe you do the overclocking, gonna damage your components. Yes, it did. And so basically, for the beginner, you need to check out what's the best the configuration of your system or your hardwares. So maybe you can check out the forums and looking out some other guys' configuration with their own CPU, their own CPU fan, memory fan, and check out what the voltage and the BIOS settings they are using. And when you get a more data sheet, when you get a more reference data, then you will know what the voltage or what the BIOS configuration is fit to your system. They're gonna help you to do the overclocking from the start. I think the quality is the most important for the motherboard. That's why the Gigabyte is always very focused and put a very expensive, very good components on the motherboards. Like we have an ultra durable series, and that's why we always looking for a very good components. Because once you do the overclocking, and they will shrink your components lifespan. And if you are using the ultra durable motherboard, even you do the overclocking, they're gonna extend the overclocking and the components time span after the overclocking. Like normally this product maybe have a 3 years warranty. Maybe after the overclocking, maybe only 1 year. And ultra durable file can always expand more lifespan. And also Gigabyte always listen to the end user overclock and the media's feedback, and we always listen to them, and when they give us the advice, we're gonna input on our motherboards. And we also have a very strong hardware team, BIOS, and also the software team behind all the products. They'll help us to make the OC motherboard is always leading in this industry. The Gigabyte Z87-OC board. This one is our pretty new design. We're talking about new designs because they got a lot of features. There's totally different with the previous platform, like a Z77, UP7. So the Z87-OC is a very different design. Like you can see many features is unlike before. Like we have OC ignition. That will help you to do the like overclocking and not shut down your power. And we also have the OC touch. Couple of new buttons are brand new. And we also have the OC brace and the premium 4-way, and also the OC connectors. We put a lot of new features on the Z87-OC boards, and we also have the many quickly BIOS options, and very friendly software to do the overclocking. So I think the OC board is very good for recommend to everyone. I know for this question, so many people gonna ask the frequency or the performance. But for me, we design the motherboard, we develop the products. We're always looking about the balance. The balance, like the frequency and the voltage, and the performance, and the safety limitation. So for the frequency, we're always looking for the limitations, like CPU frequency, B clock, also the memory clock, and we also have the new clock called the CLR, which is on core on the new Haswell CPU. So it's very hard to tell you which one the performance or the frequency, because we're also looking for both. We need to need to make sure the frequency is also very good. Then we will also look at the performance side. But for the BIOS tuning or the motherboard makers, we always will put more energies on the performance to make sure the each frequency speed, the performance efficiency can pass the competitor. So I think the performance is always the most important part for us. Okay, for this question, because we are the motherboard makers, Gigabyte is also making the chipset motherboard of the Intel, also the AMD. So be a professional overclocking inside the Gigabyte. We don't have choice to choose which one to use. So we always will make sure those two platforms can get the best performance and overclocking ability. So yeah, we cannot choose inside. The always push to the best results is our destination. Yeah. So far, the Ivy Bridge CPU still got more frequency capability. So yeah, because the Ivy Bridge CPU can do the extreme overclocking, like they don't have callback, so you can always do like a -190. And the Haswell has the very serious callback issues, like around -130. So according to the margin, those processors probably do the same, like the same voltage can get a same frequency. But Ivy Bridge can go down very low temperature. It will help the Ivy Bridge to get extra frequency. So I think right now the Ivy Bridge is still the best for the frequency. But probably we don't know in the future the Haswell CPU can fix the callback issue. They will improve the more frequency. But I still think the Haswell CPU is a more tweakable because they have a flexible CPU ratio. They can do 80 CPU ratio, which Ivy Bridge only 63, and it also can do a more big clock tuning and the fiber, the voltage tuning. So on the Haswell, you have a more memory capability for overclockings, and the more tunings you can do with the Haswell CPU. So I think right now the Haswell is the most tweakable, and the overclock guy really enjoy on the most tweakable system platform. They will enjoy the new platform. Thank you, Benchmarkhardware amigos. For everyone, I wish you stay tuned in the overclocking and keep pushing the overclocking and really enjoy and keep this overclocking to be your hobby. Thank you, everyone.